Hey, it's Mike Monday here. Had a bit of a internet problem there. I'm answering your questions over the next few days, and the first one that came through was from Rob Henry. It was all about getting in the mood. But before, so I'm going to share with you, and I don't know whether this is the wrong way around for you or not, but anyway, what it says is how to get inspired to do the work. So before I answer that question, because it's actually a relatively simple thing to fix, if you have any questions for me about doing your creative work, making music, anything at all, put them in the comments below and I will get to them. I've got a list of questions that I'm going to get to over the next few days on Facebook Live. I might not do one over the weekend, but I'm going to do them until I've answered all your questions, which might mean I end up doing them forever. So answer your questions below, ask your questions below in the comments. And I hope you're all having a good day, or have had a good day. I had an interesting morning, which didn't start off particularly well when a bird crapped on my head. But then the morning improved somewhat when I learned something from that experience. So if you want to know about that, go to my Instagram, The Mike Monday. I share with you my aha moment that came about because of a bird crapping on my head. Anyway, on to this question, how to get inspired to do the work. And this is Rob Henry's question. And this also, Gregory Chatelain also wanted me to answer this. I have trouble getting in the mood, so to speak, when it comes to managing my free time to make music in my home studio. Anxiety has the best of me at times. Other times I get inspired at the wrong times, like at work. Bad internal clock. I'm over this self-induced behaviour. I wish I could be ravenous with my determination to get things moving properly, to get into a routine and be punctual with it day after day. Sometimes all I need is a few drinks and I can get into it, but that's not healthy. So I'm totally with you. This is very common indeed. This happened to me for absolutely years. For the first half of my music production career, I was not doing very well, not finishing anything. In fact, I had a 2-year spate of creative block, and it got to a point where I had to go and get a job in a coffee shop, which was really an unpleasant job for me. I'm sure there are many more unpleasant jobs, but for me particularly, it was a particularly unpleasant job, and that kind of got me into a state where I was, I've got to change something. And essentially what I did was I just changed the way I was thinking about what I was doing, because before I'd been putting my mood or inspiration first. I'd been waiting for my mood to happen in order for me to do anything. It was like, oh, I don't really feel in the mood. I'm not really feeling inspired. And instead, I took on a pro mindset because I had to. But and what a pro mindset is, this comes from Stephen Pressfield, and The War of Art and Do the Work. Great books if you want to read them. Thoroughly recommended. Anyway, the pro mindset says that you don't wait for the mood. The mood doesn't come first. Action comes first. Essentially, it doesn't matter what mood you're in. You just make a commitment to do your creative work, to produce your music or whatever you need to do every single day, come rain or shine. You see, most people believe that, let's call it the mood or motivation or inspiration creates action. This is false. I hope this is the right way around for you. It's not for me on that video. But anyway, that says mood creates action. Absolutely not. What usually happens is you have to take action first, and that creates the mood. You've got to get yourself into the mood by taking action, by actually producing. When you're not in the mood, because most of the time you won't be. Okay, so how do you do this? Well, first I've already shared with you is a commitment to daily producing whenever you possibly can. The best way to do this is to shorten the time span that you think you have to do it. Because at the moment you might think, well, it's not worth it unless I do it half an hour or an hour. Stop thinking like that. That's not the best way to do it. Think, well, all I have to do every single day is 10 minutes. Or if you don't do 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And I know you can't get very much done in 5 or 10 minutes, but that's not the point. The point is to get into the habit of doing it every single day. And if at all possible, produce or do your creative work before you do anything else at the start of the day, if possible. Obviously that's not going to work for some people, but it probably will work for more people than you think. So commit to daily producing, produce before you do anything else, lower the bar in terms of time to virtually nothing. I mean, literally, the smallest amount of time you will definitely do. I call this your minimum viable commitment, your MVC, and keep on lowering it. If you don't do it on a day, lower it until it even gets to like, I've just got to sit in front of this computer for a minute every single day. Because what will happen is there will be days when you just do that minute, but there will be other days when you actually start to do stuff. And that habit starts to embed in your life and it becomes a lot easier. And the important thing here is to make your win the doing of the session, not what happens in the session or how you feel about the session. Okay, so you just make your win. All I need to do is my minimum viable commitment. No matter what happens in the session, that doesn't matter. No matter how I feel about the session, that doesn't matter. How terrible the thing is that I've done, the music, how terrible it sounds, does not matter. What matters is that I did the session every day. And what happens when you do this is, something magical happens once you get over the hump, which is kind of at the start. It's not immediately the start because the novelty of it first is exciting, so it's kind of easy to do, but after you get over, so it's like really easy, then it gets hard, and then if you can get over that hump where you think, oh, what am I doing this for? Do it every single day. Something magical starts to happen. The mood, inspiration, what you're looking for, motivation starts to show up. Okay, so once you've got over that initial hump, motivation, inspiration starts to show up. I mean, this has happened so many times for so many people who I've helped in my Start Now, Finish Fast program. I mean, this is the first month of the Start Now, Finish Fast program. It's all about building these daily habits. They're absolutely powerful. I've been sharing a lot about it on my Instagram as well, the Mike Monday. I've actually been installing a daily ocean swimming habit. So if you want more on how to do this, go and look at my Instagram, the Mike Monday. So that is how to get inspired. Essentially, sit down, make a daily commitment, and inspiration eventually will start to show up. And do not put being inspired or the mood before the action. The action comes first. Success is, the difference between success and failure isn't what you do when you're inspired. It's what you do when you're not inspired that creates success. So I hope this has been helpful. I've got more questions that I'm going to go through over the coming weeks, it looks like now, but if you've got a question for me about anything to do with your creative work, I'm going to provide as much value as possible. Put them in the comments below. I will get to them. I'm not going to stop doing this until I've answered the questions that come in. So I hope this has been valuable. I will see you again soon. Hopefully tomorrow. It's Saturday tomorrow here, so depending on how my wife and family are feeling, I might do one tomorrow, I might not, but I'll definitely do one on Monday, which might be your Sunday because I'm in Sydney, Australia. So make a daily commitment. Enjoy yourself. Don't worry about the mood. The mood comes and goes.